Hello again, guys. It feels like it hasn't been that long, has it? It's only been a day. I did tell you the weather was going to clear, and look at it, it has cleared. I'm going to tell you one thing though, the weather out here right now is truly cold. It's about minus 25, which is just insane considering we're not even in December yet. But having said that, there's absolutely no wind. It says don't feed the bears on that fence over there. Having said that, there's zero wind. The sun is out. It's absolutely beautiful. And I could compare this day to like a, damp, miserable day of -2 in England. But I know the weather is pretty bad during winter, but you guys are having a good stretch right now. I saw the weather's pretty good. I heard about that London terrorist attack. It's absolutely terrible. And somebody actually said, hey, let's do a video on the crime differences between the UK and Canada. And I thought that was a great idea, actually. Something we haven't talked about. But it's very important. My girlfriend, she cares about this way more than I do. But I think if you're bringing up a family, it's very important to talk about this issue. And essentially, like, I did some research on it just so I wasn't, talking bollocks. But basically, so, like, I used to live near Worcester in a place called Malvern. Now, Worcester is a town of about 100,000 people, so it's really not that big. Calgary is a city of 1.2 million people, so it's pretty large, Calgary. Now, Calgary actually has less crime, believe it or not, than Worcester, which is just nuts. I couldn't believe that. It's just insane to me that Calgary could have less crime than Worcester because it's such a large city. And yeah, there is homeless issues and stuff like that. There's probably similar things in Worcester too. Well, I know there is, but not on such a bigger scale. Usually you expect city crime to be different, but it's not. So that was kind of surprising to me. But I'm going to tell you from my perspective. Like, from my perspective, I've been out at night in Canada, I've been out at night in England, and I've been to clubs in England, I've been to bars in Canada, and I can tell you the difference is people are a lot more orderly over here compared to there. Like, I've seen so many fights, brawls, fights outside of clubs in the UK. There's really a lot of violence when it comes to going out in the UK, and I just stopped when I turned 18. I just stopped going out. Yes, I was drinking underage, before you ask, and going out underage. That took the fun out of it when I turned 18 and it became legal. But yeah, like, it is crazy that here, and I'm not sure what it is, because these places, they get just as busy, just as packed out, yet people are more organized than fashion. The thing I do like over here, and some people don't like it, is that when you order a drink, you don't go to the bar. So the waitress comes over to you. Now, I went out to bars in Detroit when I visited, and I was doing work there, like, back in September, and I went out with my cousin there. And that is, like, Detroit is very dangerous, if you don't know it or whatever. And we went to this nice suburb of Detroit, which was collegey, and there was like a bikers meet going on there. And they actually patted us down when we entered a bar. But that was the only time I've kind of felt a little bit unsafe in North America. Like, there was a lot of people stood around, and it looked like there was a fight just about to go down. But then we left, and yeah, nothing really happened, nothing really came of it, which was good. But in the UK, like, there's been countless times where I've been in fights myself. I've been chucked out of clubs because, you know, people have tried to fight with me. Your friends have had fights, and man, I've seen so much stuff, and there is a lot of violence. And I was surprised when I was looking at the statistics that a lot of people in Worcester are afraid to actually walk around at night. Now, I'm not afraid to walk around at night. I've been out here in Calgary and I feel relatively safe. You don't really come across many people walking around neighborhoods at night and stuff like that. But I feel very safe, and I feel as though if we put stuff outside or whatever, you know, it's not going to get stolen. I kind of found it funny when my mom came over, and they live in a small town, Malvern, and she said to me, like, you're putting pumpkins and all this stuff out for Halloween. Like, if we put that out in England, people would steal it. Now, that was another statistic. I kind of laughed at that. I thought, no way would that happen, would it? But the thing is, it may happen. I really don't know. But I was looking at the statistics, and a lot of people, they are concerned when it comes to violent crime and robbery. Now, this brings me on to policing. Like where I'm from, the West Midlands, you barely see police around, and they're barely pulling people over. Here, you know, if I go out driving around doing my job in the car, then I likely will come across at least one police car pulling over somebody for something or other. And the enforcement of police here is much better, and there is a big police presence here in Calgary, whereas in the West Midlands there's not. And you know, this isn't England's problem. A lot of it is countless conservative governments and public funding cuts to police services. But it's crazy how it works like that, because in England, yeah, it is nuts how you don't see many police. Now, my granddad, rest in peace, he used to say that basically, when he lived in Birmingham, which was a big city in England, if anybody knows it, and he used to say if a police car came around where he lived in Selly Oak, he used to go up to them and ask them if they were lost, because they'd never see police around their area. Now that is just it's really concerning when you think about it, but that really explains to me why there's such a difference in crime compared to here. You've also got, and people may not agree with this, but you've got people coming in from the EU. They don't have background checks or anything. These people, a lot of them are criminals, and they're committing crime. They're stealing copper off the railways, they're stealing fibre optic cable, and they're taking it back to their country to sell it. And it's, you know, sometimes they get caught, sometimes they don't, but this is happening, and it's a big problem, and it's really just getting exacerbated over time. Now, you may not agree whether to stay in Europe or not. Personally, I think the way Europe works is kind of a little bit corrupt, and the system there, I don't exactly agree with it. I think that all the EU countries should work together, but this free movement of people, it needs to be more regulated. Yeah, sure, you can emigrate to England and whatever, and somebody can go to Spain, let's do that, but let's at least have background checking going on in between, and you know that you can be refused entry to the country. Right now we have a European Court of Human Rights where they simply say, you know, it's wrong to deny entry to another EU citizen because of the Freedom of Movement Act. Now, it's really, God, when you get out of that sun, I tell you what, it's a lot colder in the shade than it is in the sun. But yeah, guys, so that's a little bit of an explanation of crime and everything here. I mean, as you've seen, I've been walking around now 10 minutes, and I've probably walked half a kilometre. I haven't passed a single soul or anybody like that. So yeah, this is the reality, is that I feel very safe here in Canada, much safer when I go out, and yeah, it's very different here compared to there. Now, I hope that everybody affected by what happened in the terrorist attack is okay, and they shot the guy, which I believe nothing lost by them doing that. So it is what it is. But the temperatures, it's not going to stay minus 25 forever, guys. It's just a little blip. We're going back to good temperatures on Sunday, and tomorrow temperatures are going to go up 10 degrees. By Monday, the temperatures will have rose 28 degrees in the space of 3 days, and that is the Rocky Mountains for you. But I'm going to leave you with this. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'm just walking around the neighborhood, but yeah, it's truly stunning here. I just love the snow, and it just makes everything look so clean and crisp. But anyway, guys, you take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.